Hi guys, well I was trying to go live. I figured while my husband was out this evening that I could spend some time on here if there was anybody around and do some questions and answers. But clearly, the minute my husband goes, there's a technical hitch. Obviously, I'm sure he wires it up like that just so that I get the stress and that I need him. That's the problem, you see. When it comes to this kind of shit, I do need him. So, welcome to my channel if you've just joined me. Welcome, I'm Jan, this is my spot, and these are my funny eyebrows. That Lisa keeps taking the piss out of me for, I'm not sure why. I think because they move funny, don't they, Lisa? Anyway, I'm 5 weeks and 1 day post gastric bypass, roux en Y, which I had at the Berkshire Independent with Dr. Ramus, and I'm feeling pretty good. I know I do daily updates and it's probably quite boring for people to follow on a daily basis, but I'm doing this predominantly for myself to be able to look back and see how I've done. I went to Henley today to meet one of my friends, Lisa, and to walk a lot, which we have done. Well, I've done 17,000, just over 17,000 steps today, which is pretty good considering I'm just trying to hit my 10,000 every day. And yeah, I felt, we walked from her house. Normally we'd drive into town, and I said to her today, look, if we're both trying to get a bit fit, I'll park at your house and we'll walk. You know, Henley is on the Thames. It's the most beautiful walk along the river. I grew up in Henley myself, so it was revisiting my old stomping ground really, which is really lovely, and it brought up loads of old memories, good and bad, I guess. And yeah, it was really nice. But by the time we got to the restaurant at lunchtime, I said to Lisa, I felt a bit weak. And I sort of interpret that as I need to eat, you know, as much as I don't have a hunger hormone. So I haven't got that incessant need to eat where you're growling and you're hungry from in here. It's a whole body thing for me. And I figured, you know, and I probably made a bad choice on the menu today because I just thought, right, we'd had a good walk, but after lunch we were going on an even longer walk. And I figured that I would have a panini. I thought I'll try a panini with tuna and cheese. And I know there's a few chips on the side. I knew I wouldn't be able to eat all of it. I didn't order it thinking that I was going to conquer the whole thing. I just thought I'll have a little bit of that and it'll be some good carbs, not good carbs. It'll be carbs to enable me to walk on this long walk we were going to do after lunch. Well, 2 chips in, maybe only 1 chip actually. The chips were really nice and they were thick and they were fluffy on the inside. But, oh, no, they were a big no-no for me. Not instantly, because I then had a bite of the panini and I think I chewed it well enough, but it just sat. What I can only describe is it sat, either the chip or the bite of panini sat in my pouch. Really didn't want to move for probably, I'm going to say 10 minutes, and I don't think I'm exaggerating. But for those 10 minutes, I have to be really honest with all of you because I know that's what you want and you want to know how things are going. For that 10 minutes, I wasn't sure if I was going to have what we call a dumping syndrome. My stomach felt not right and it was really hovering on that. Am I going to have to go and throw up? And, you know, I need to go and get a tissue again. I'm really sorry. Just 1 minute. I'll be back. My nose is running. Typical. Why does it always do that? Just when you sit down and get settled and it's like, oh, sorry about that. So, now I've dabbed my nose. So yeah, I felt more sorry for Lisa, I think, sitting there, her not knowing what to do. And do you want me to order you anything else, Jan? And I was like, no, you know, it's still obviously early days for me. I'm 5 weeks and 1 day post-op, and I'm still learning what I can and can't eat. And I haven't had a massive varied food choices, I guess. You do tend to stick with what you know and that you know is okay. So I think, like Sunday with the lamb, today was exactly the same. That the discomfort, whatever it was, gave me was enough to put me off eating altogether. Now, I can't believe those words are coming out my mouth. You know, I love food normally. The reason I had this surgery is because I was morbidly obese through eating way too much. So to even hear myself say that, a discomfort in my tummy put me off actually eating altogether. And I don't know how, when I felt a bit weak beforehand, somehow it did pass, like the pain or the discomfort went downwards rather than coming up. Thank God. Can you imagine, in a pub toilet? I was like, no. And it's not like I'd gone for anything sugary or, you know. And once the feeling had gone, another few friends turned up for drinks and something to eat. I thought I should have something, but the only thing I could really stomach, to be honest, was a coffee. I had a flat white coffee, and that seemed to do the trick. And somehow that gave me the energy or the boost that I needed to be able to go on this really long walk. So yeah, it was a strange one. And but by the time I'd got home this afternoon, maybe about 4 o'clock, my body again is letting me know I hadn't had anything to eat today. I can feel it in my limbs, maybe, rather than in a hunger way, that I feel my body needs fuel. And that I can't really explain it any better than that. And I suppose I've gone for a really safe option tonight. I had might sound really gross to some people, but I had a boil in the bag cod in parsley sauce with some peas, which I've eaten almost all of. So I obviously did need it. And, you know, a bit like the burger and the bacon and the bagel, I think I can honestly count out now chuck chips and paninis off my menu. I guess that's, you know, and I'm not sad about it. I also spoke today about alcohol with my friend Paula, and just saying, you know, I was a big drinker. I'm not going to deny that I wasn't. I come from a family of alcoholics, to be honest. My father was an alcoholic and passed away at the age of 58 through a massive heart attack. Intelligent man, knew exactly what he was doing. You know, he had angina, he had so many other issues that he kind of killed himself, I guess, because he knew what he was doing to his body. He knew the damage by smoking and drinking that he was doing. And my mother, who I don't have anything to do with, I must add, she lives in Henley actually. She's also, I'm going to say, is a functioning alcoholic, you know, partly the reason I don't have anything to do with her, because she's not very nice when she's drunk too much alcohol. And I can honestly say, for the last few years of my life, alcohol hasn't been that for me. Alcohol hasn't been a crutch. I've just really enjoyed it. So where I might have had a bottle every single night, I didn't need it, but I really wanted it. And there's a big difference there. You know, when I stopped drinking for the liver reduction diet, for instance, I didn't get the cold sweats. I didn't go down this whole, you know, and I think that's when you know you're not addicted to it, because, you know, I could have been. I have two parents either side that are addicted to this alcohol, I guess. And I said to Paula today that I can drink 2 glasses of wine, but it's not a biggie for me that I can't drink anymore. In fact, I'd said to Howard originally, if it stops me drinking for the rest of my life, I'm not moaning about that. That's actually a good thing. I'll see that as a good thing. So yeah, that was, you know, it's interesting. It's interesting seeing people and talking. The one thing I haven't done yet is I haven't been out and had a social evening where people are drinking, you know, and that's part of my life also. You know, my friend that I walked with yesterday, if we get together with our husbands, it involves a lot of wine normally. So it'll be interesting to see how I do fare when that happens, when it's a social evening and everybody else is drinking. You know, will I be able to sip more than the 2 glasses over the whole evening? Or will I be able to say stop? Will I want to be in bed at 9:30? You know, as tired as I've been, last night we were in bed by 9:30. I mean, my husband never minds that. He's shattered anyway. But I was normally at 12, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. But Nowadays, I'm joining him with the electric blanket on, and I'm bloody freezing and getting into bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, which is unheard of. But again, it's a new me, and I'm not grumbling about it. Excuse me, I'm having my not wine. It is my calcium supplement, which I'm not very good at taking. And if I'm being really honest with you guys, I'm not being great at getting my fluid in either. And it kind of surprised me, I guess, that the dietitian told me I should be getting 2 litres in. And I'm not. Today I've had a half a litre. Here's my other half a litre. And it's 5 to 7 in the evening. Am I going to get that down me before bed? It really takes a lot of willpower to sit there and literally pick this up every few minutes, because you can only sip tiny, tiny amounts. It's a real drag, to be honest. I know it's something I've got to do. It's only me that's going to suffer. I think you end up with gallstones if your fluid intake isn't enough. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's the case. So I'm really aware of trying. And yesterday, going for the walk with Claire and then being at home all afternoon, I managed to get a lot more fluid in me than I have done today. Even on the walk, it's in my backpack, but I'm not getting it out. I should really just have it in my hands so that I can keep forcing myself to sip it. I'm not going to drink that at the same time. This is a lemon and that's pineapple, and they don't mix. Oh. I need to read this actually, because the dietitian also told me I should be having 2 of these calcium supplements, and I've only been having 1 anyway when I can, which is quite strange. So yeah, my other really, really, really exciting news is my husband left in a taxi tonight to go and have dinner with work, but he rang me and I was like, everything all right? And he said, yeah, I've just heard from the motorhome people. The motorhome arrived at their depot this morning. Woohoo! This is super, 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 super exciting to me. So Harry's already juggled a few things about, and we're going to go to Birmingham tomorrow. It's about an hour and a half up the motorway. It's not too far. And go and introduce ourselves to our new family member. Yes, she's a motorhome, camper van, whatever you want to call it. But she's going to be our baby, and she's going to be our house on wheels, I guess. She's going to be what we would call our snare. When I lived, I'll have to tell you that now. When I lived in Singapore, I remember coming out of a mall and it had been raining. It rains every day at 3 o'clock in Singapore, even though the humidity is absolutely up there and it's 28 to 30 degrees every single day and night. Whew, wears me out thinking about it. Anyway, it had a really good rainstorm, and obviously that brought out some critters. And I'd walked outside the mall. I was probably a smoker at that point, so I'd probably gone outside to have a cigarette. And there was a Korean guy there, I think, and he was looking at these snails that had just come out of the moisture in a plant, let's say. And he said, excuse me, what is that? And I said, oh, that's a snail. And he went, a snare. And I was going, no, it's a snail. And he was going, that's what I said, snare. And I never knew until that point that Koreans or some Asians find it really hard to get their tongue around the L, and they say an R instead. So it was a snare. So our motorhome is our snare, because we're going to be like a little snail with our home on our back, and we're going to take us wherever we want to go. So yeah, that's my really, 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 I can't tell you, we've waited, I think we put a deposit down on this motorhome 7 months ago, and for such an impatient bitch that I am, and I want everything at 100 miles an hour, I want everything yesterday, please, don't mess about, let's just get this done. To have to wait 7 months has almost killed me. We were told initially I could have it for my birthday in November. Then it was just after Christmas, then we had March, then it went into April, and now I'm just like, she's here. So I'm really looking forward to going tomorrow and just kind of going in and seeing what it's all about. And we'll probably take some of our bits that we've been buying to set her up, because then it saves us taking it all at once when we actually go. It'll be about another 3 weeks before she belongs to us, because she has to get registered now in this country. She was made in Slovenia, I believe, and she's just been shipped over on a ship and come through the docks in the UK. So yeah, as you can see, I'm celebrating with my calcium because I love it. Anyway, guys, that's really all I wanted to update you on. I've done 40. I really wish I could have got a live going tonight. I really fancied that. Bloody technical issues. I should sit there really like that going. I don't really have a spot and my eyebrows don't move that much. Anyway, I hope everyone else is really well. I know you are, Lisa, because I've been with you all day. And I hope everything is going well. I want to shout out to Hannah and say happy birthday, Hannah. It's your 26th birthday today. You are Happy Han, RMY, I think, on my Instagram. And she follows me on Snapchat too. I am on Snapchat. I think I did put my Snapchat on Instagram. So if anybody else is on Snapchat and they want to follow me, I'm absolutely fine. Just be prepared. Like today, going out for a walk, I'm taking lots of pictures of flowers and rivers and ducks and ducklings and anything that takes my fancy, I'll take a picture of. However, I have realised today, Lisa, your photos are much better quality than mine. You can tell my phone is 2 years old now. So definitely time for an upgrade. So I hope you're celebrating in style tonight, Hannah, and having a really, really good time. Have a glass of wine for me, hey? And enjoy it, because you won't be able to do it soon. Anyway, if you haven't already, click like and subscribe. And if you haven't already, come on over and follow me on Instagram. I'm the same over there. I'm looking on the lighter side of life. I'm vlogging my journey to and beyond a gastric bypass. And I'm doing really well. Weight, still the same, really. And inches, Mandy, for you, I know you asked had I measured. Hasn't changed. So I'm not going to get down about it though, because I'm fine. And I know I'm doing a lot of active, well, exercise. I'm walking more than I've walked ever, I think. So that's not a bad thing, right? That's a good thing. Get this fat ass moving and get the fat shifted. That's what I need to do. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you're all really well. Take care. Bye for now.